Why, hello YouTube. I'm BalorMage, welcome back, and today we're going to talk about Harvest, because it became very apparent to me after talking to a bunch of people that a lot of casual players just plain walk past gardens, or when they do go in, never know what to hit anything with and leave a bunch of reforges behind and just walk away, or use them to do something like ALK maps, which is something that might be relevant on day one, but definitely not something you should still be doing now. So we've got a bunch of information on what casual people should be reforging, what we should be spamming our harvest crafts on. We should be making 40 to 60-ish chaos per garden you run into, and it should be pretty simple. And before we get into that, let's pay some bills with today's sponsor, Opera GX Browser. This is a gaming browser that is targeted at us gamers. It has everything I've ever needed out of a browser. We have the GX control panel, which will let us limit the total amount of RAM and CPU, and also network traffic that our browser uses, which is really nice for people who game, especially because other browsers will hog up a bunch of it. We have social panels on the side. You can see all of the people you follow on Twitch, as well as any other social media is all there. So that's really good as well. There's a ton of customization in this browser. It's been very smooth. I changed over to it about a week ago. You can import settings directly from another browser. You get all of your settings, all of your bookmarks, all of your passwords. Super easy to switch over. It does take all of your Google Chrome extensions that we were using. You could just install them on this one, and then suddenly they all show up. So that's also super smooth. It also comes in a mobile version for your phone and can sync between all your devices. And you can download this browser for free from the link in the description. Do go give it a go. All right. And here is the cheat sheet that we organized. We went through all the bases that we could think of that would have relatively common outcomes for relatively small amounts of money or amount of investment, often things that you should be able to pick up off the ground, but if not, also things that will be relatively cheap to buy. So we're talking under 10C, in most cases under 5C. There will be something for you to reforge on basically everything. There is also a little section down the bottom here for things that we hit that are so expensive that you need to sell them on TFT. So to go through a few of them, I will have all of these in a little document linked below. But this is the kind of thing we're looking for. These are all on the cheat sheet, so we'll have all of these shown, but the cheat sheet will be separate, so you can just keep that. We'll have all of these. So we've got like Reforged Fire needs to go on some hunter gloves or a fire cluster, right? Anytime you get one of them, you're just looking for fire damage over time, life and res on a pair of gloves. Suddenly you've made 40C. You're looking for any 3 notables on a fire cluster. Suddenly you've made I don't know how much, but it's always quite a bit. Same thing goes for our Reforge cold modifiers. Colds go on lightning. You're looking for specifically the ones that have lightning tags are incredibly rare. So we're looking for at least one of those 2 mods and other things to go with them. If it was just on its own, still wouldn't be worth it. You would go again. Redeemer amulets, +1 to cold is good. Cold pen is good. Those are the sort of things we're looking for. So we've got a slide for everything with an example of what we should be crafting. Now, the idea of this is that you will have most of these bases. Most of these bases are going to exist just on the floor. You've probably already picked them up. And if you need to buy them, they will be very, very, very cheap. You can keep all of these bases in a tab, and every single time that we end up going to a garden, you should be able to walk out of that garden with 40 to 60 chaos at a minimum. It's not technically every garden. Like occasionally you just won't hit anything, but I find most gardens I walk out with half an X or an X. And that should be the case for everyone. So I think a lot of people are missing a lot of money. This specific one should get used a lot. These can be used on any influenced rings. Any influenced rings above item level 75, every single curse is tagged with caster. So you're just looking for curse on hit rings. So obviously just having the curse on hit, not good enough. We're looking for curse on hit, some life or room to craft life, some resistance or room to craft resistance, but something that's a reasonably good ring. You're not looking to hit the jackpot. We're not looking to get rich overnight in harvest, but every single harvest has the potential to hand you a bunch of money. So hopefully all of these things help. And I think that's about it. I will link all of this stuff below, but please, for the love of God, start using your gardens. All of these bases cost so little. They cost so little and they're probably on the floor and you're just passing up money. So please start using them. Keep this cheat sheet somewhere so that you can remember until you get used to them all. If you like this sort of information, remember to hit the subscribe button. There'll be more videos with more information. Like, comment for the YouTube algorithm. Type whatever you like. That'll be helpful. And I will see everybody later.